Hello everyone, welcome back to Karidoesstuff, and welcome back to my model bench. So, yeah, awesome. I am looking forward to getting this done. It's going to be good fun. Right, okay, where is everybody? Oh, there you all are. Hi, welcome back. So, today we finished most of the parts now. We've just got to put them together. So that's going to be the tricky part. That's going to be the very tricky part, just to put them all together. Now, yeah, excuse me. I recently purchased a better camera arm, as you can see here. We can't see all of it at the moment, but it brings the camera down lower, and I've got more adjustable ability rather than just having it on the shelf above me. And now you should be able to get quite close views of what I'm actually doing. So that is the actual plan, hopefully. I've got another little light here as well. It should cast a little bit more light on, so let's turn that on there. Where are you? There you go. Oh, crikey. Yep. So now it's a whole new set of apparatus to get used to. So you'll have to excuse me if occasionally I start working outside of the camera view, or I start bumping the camera or something like that. I've got to get used to it being there now, because it was above my head and it wasn't really that much in the way. So now I've got this, and hopefully you'll be able to see things a lot better. Let's go over and check it out, shall we? Here we are. Let's bring that light in a bit closer, I suppose. There we go. So now it's much closer. Pulls the focus closer to the subject now, so you should be able to see much better as to what's going on. It's only about 10 inches away from the on the desk here, if that, I suppose. So now you can see things a lot clearer, which I'm really happy with. I can also move it down if I need to, or move it around, or you know, fiddle around with it until you get the best view of what we're seeing. I'm gonna have to get used to being able to work into like this tiny small frame now. It's gonna be a bit of a problem. If I start working on bigger stuff, I will obviously move it up. So yeah, let's get on with what we were doing. So first of all, I need to get out some glue. So we get out my glue and my masking tapes. Glue, masking tapes, cocktail sticks. You can see less of the bench now. You can only just sort of see what I'm actually working on, which is not too bad. I'm just getting stuff organised at the moment. So we're not going to need. The first thing we were going to do, wasn't it? It was put the interior into the bodywork. So that's the bodywork. So let's get on and do that then. So I'm going to mask up a bit on the side off camera here, where I can put my glue. Brilliant. Right. I'm going to pour out a bit of this glue onto there. That's probably a bit too much, but yeah, that was a bit too much. Just wipe off the glue lid so it doesn't stick to itself. Where's my trash can? Right, so the first thing we're going to do is fix the interior. So the reason I wanted to wait was to wait for that. Oh, gloves. No, it's fine. I was to wait for that rear view mirror to set. So that's now set. That's good. We're all good there. So it's blowing out any dust in the interior because we won't be able to get back into it. So we're just looking to see how that fits in there. Seems to fit in there quite nice. So now we do have a bit of a problem here. I got to file off the glue from the previous attempt. So I can do that, that's not a problem, because it's not sitting flush. So I'm going to go around the outside of this, just sort of file off some of this glue. See if we can. That's probably not the best one to use for that. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, see, I'll get used to this camera arm being in the way. Now we're jiggery pokering everything around. Right. Right, so we're going to check out to see how that fits in there now. Oh god, I really need to put the gloves on because otherwise I'm going to make a mess of all that paintwork and windows. What I'm also going to do is bring up the camera a little bit here because you don't need to see it that close. So we're going to bring up the camera just a smidge. There we go. You don't need to see it all that close. But I have caused a bit of a grease mark on the window there. I'll get that off with some white spirit, not a problem. And is it on the inside too? That's fine. Oh god, I super glued her. Ah! I'm getting used to it, all my new working area, so I've got to get used to it. So that'll go in here. Okay. So what we do is we're going to glue that together. Just going to some of the bigger gaps I'm not going to put glue on because it will just leak through. So oh god, don't move. Don't move, you were in there perfect. Okay, so that should be that. We're just going to let that dry. That should dry and that will hold it in place. Just going to flip it over just to make sure that none of it's come through here. No. Oh god, look. So we're going to need some white spirit cleanup on the back here. Oh, that's looking good. Okay, next part of the destructions. Right, so what it wants me to do is it wants me to put all of the Like here's number 19 wants me to put all the parts on the back, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight ahead to step number 20 and actually fix in the undercarriage. The engine doesn't fit in there yet. Why is it told me to... When does the engine go in? The engine goes in the undercarriage, so we've got to fix the engine to the undercarriage. So that's alright. We can now move this to one side. I will take that away. And allow that to dry. Where is my... Yeah. We now have this part. And we've got to fix the engine into it. Right, so let's just check that, see how that works. Okay. Essentially, it's just got a sort of... Right, how are you? How the what? Right, none of these pieces fit properly. These exhaust manifolds are just so wide. They should fit on there like that, on these two parts here. But look how wide they are. It's telling me they... Well, they should fit on there like that for sure. Now that bit should fit into there. But they won't go into there because they're too wide. As you can see, let's bring this down. There is a huge gap between here and here. These are the exhaust manifolds. So I am baffled as to how they go on. Obviously they've got to come off. There's no two ways about that. They've got to come off. They are too wide. So now I've got to see how they do go on. Does that go underneath? Yeah, this makes no sense. Okay, now this is making no sense. Hey Creamy, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm a model master today. Because it's not really showing me where they go. It just... Right. Well, the exhaust manifolds don't seem to fit in the right place. So I'm thinking they need to be more flush. I'm really kind of struggling to work on that. So I think they more need to be like that. Which it seems as though they do. Aha, aha, I think I've got it. I've got it. Okay. Well, that's not a problem. We can fix that. We can fix this. It's not quite right. It's weird, but I don't want to be too haphazard with this because of the injection cables. I don't want to start breaking those puppies off. See, that's why I thought it went on that way, because now I've got this piece of shit in the way. Oh, that engine instructions is not very good. Got this in the way. This is extremely fiddly. Try and bring that down here. That may be even in the wrong place. Right. Oh, this is not good today. Things are not going well today. Right, I need some pliers. I thought all that engine was fixed and done. This is what happens sometimes. Okay. So I've got to try and take this oil filter off as gently as I can. No, it doesn't want to come off. Just looking on the instructions to see whereabouts that is. How did I know that had to be painted? Ah, there it goes. It's on that side. There we go, we're off. Now, is it that one or is it this one that needs to go on there? Because I don't know which one's which now, because they're both different. But we can have a... No, it goes on like that. Right. Yeah, this engine is... I thought it was done. I thought I'd done it, but
seems as though I have not. Right. That should just sit on there, but it's not going there, is it?
The hell was that?
And that is definitely not how it fits, because that's too... Right, I think I've got it. I just need to hold it into position on it. Great, one of those has come off.
That really helps me out, obviously.
Because, yay. Now that, I just got to hold into a kind of... to that sort of position.
Let's just check that against this.
Yeah, okay, that fits there. So that's just got to be held like that and just dry like that.
Oh. Right, let's see if we can get a better angle on this.
So just stay there where you are. Just stay there, we'll be good. Now obviously the problem now I've got is getting this oil filter in here. I wonder if that could just be pushed. Just wonder if that could just be pushed into there. Just manipulated down. God damn it, no. Oh, this is getting frustrating. That is badly designed. That doesn't fit at all. That filter just doesn't fit in there, and those exhaust manifolds do not fit around that filter as it shows on the instructions there. It just doesn't work. Are they supposed to be further forward? No, because that last manifold here would be off the block. That is badly just... Oh, I'm disappointed in you, Revel. This is not what I come to expect from your... It's supposed to go in there, but now... How in blue blazes is that supposed to... That is now off by 5 mil because of that oil filter. And I don't see how that is going to be changed. That isn't supposed to go any further forward. No, it won't go any further forward.
Oh, fuck.
Right, there's only one thing for it. I'm going to slice down this oil filter.
That's all I can do. I don't want to get rid of it entirely, but the only thing I can do for it is just cut it down. Where is my scalpel?
Seems like a stupid solution. To be honest, I may end up losing it entirely if I do this. Oh god, that's it. It's gone for a burden. Yeah, that's now. It's now not even the right shape.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I was so pleased with that engine as well. So I've just got to file down this oil filter into a nice flat. I was so pleased with this. Right, it's not anything we can't work out. At the end of the day, if I have to take that oil filter out, I will just leave it out. I have no qualms about leaving that out. Because this is, I thought this was well done. Now it just doesn't want to fit together as intended, which is just very disappointing on Revel's part. Come to expect better from them. Now it won't sit again. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. You piece of garbage. There you go. Now I've got to try and hold down that ignition coil, ignition cable. There you go.
Is that correctly
Positioned? It is.
okay for now?
Right, so now, can we do something with this oil filter, or is that just a bust? He doesn't want to go in where he's supposed to, does he? Now I'm moving that bloody manifold again. Oh my god, will you behave yourself? Fuck me. Oh, fuck me sideways. Oh my god.
Oh my god, now it's all sticking to my gloves.
Oh, well, look at that. Again, test it, see the fit. Seems to be... No. No. God damn, motherfucker. There's a reason this adult is a channel is an adult channel. guess today is just... I was so excited to get on today and like put together and finish off a lot of this model. So excited. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And then the world throws this piece of shit at me. Now it's just a mess of plastic and glue. I'm on. I mean, I guess it's no different than actually working on a real engine. That bolt is always very difficult to get hold of. Yeah, so much tiny. Right, I'm just going to put some glue on that, leave that. That should be, yeah, it looks about right. That oil filter is now too low, but I don't care. I'm just going to paint that black, and I'm going to leave it like that. All right, I'm going to have a cigarette now. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I was so looking forward to just putting all the stuff together today, and then boom, life throws you shit. Where's my lighter gone? Here we go. Right, the other side shouldn't be too bad because it doesn't have an oil filter to get in the way. So, it's not going to be too bad. Oh, don't hug me. That would be the worst thing. Well, I'm all crouched up trying to work it, and someone comes along and goes, oh, hugs. Like, ah! I can't move. But at least they're virtual hugs, so it's all right. I understand. Pinky wave. Diggy, 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 diggy. Well, at least the camera's working, which is the good thing. Yeah, at least the camera's working. I can see that you've got a much better view of what I'm doing now. Which is good. What does this do if I press this on the light? It doesn't do anything. Huh. To read the instructions on that, I suppose. Right. Now let's try and turn this piece of shit over. Do the other side. shouldn't be too bad, although I've got that bloody red thing in the way. Right, well, it's there or thereabouts, I think. I got a feeling that it's not going to fit correctly. Thanks, Gareth. Although I'm not entirely convinced myself, because that red thing's in the way. But that is actually molded into the model itself. So I'm very disappointed with the way that they've done this, because this side here is too far forward because of the oil filter, and this far right here is too far back because of the red one. You lose points there, Revel. I'm sorry. Now what should happen is that should just fit in like that. Like so. But now these exhausts... Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Ah, you moron! Oh, you absolute moron! Oh, we're going to try this again. Oh, now I pulled that off. Right, back to square one. They should be higher. They should be higher up. I was trying to fit them too low. They need to fit on there like that. Come on. I got to hold this one until it dries. It's just not sticking correctly. Oh god, now I pulled the other one off. I made more than a boo-boo. Well, I don't think it's necessarily my fault that I made a boo-boo. I was putting it where it seemed like the best place for it to go. But the actual instructions themselves weren't very clear, and the model itself, the moldings, are not 100% accurate. That filter is still in the way, even if I do this. So I've got to hold it there, just give it a bit of a blow, see if I can... Oh god damn it. I'm just going to have to leave it there for a second and just hold it there and hope it dries. Let's not fiddle with that filter now. Let's just leave it where it is and hope for the best. Come on and dry. What is the matter with you? Like I spent 2 hours working on the bloody engine, which I thought was complete. I think I can just leave that there like that. But again, like I say, I'm really pleased with this whole camera setup. This arm and this light in here. That's kind of oh, now it's moved again, isn't it? Right, it's just going to hold it there. So it's going to look as though the stream has frozen because I'm just trying to hold this thing still. It hasn't, honest. I am just trying to hold this thing so still that it won't move. Right. Yeah, you'll have to come and have a look at what I've done. It's just a camera arm. It's just like one of these little flexible arms that I've managed to... it's just sort of fixed to the desk. And it just sort of arches down in front of me with the camera set on it. And to be honest, these aren't bad cameras. These are good little Logitech cameras. So they managed to pull a focus quite close. So you can now at least see what I'm doing. And in some ways, I could use it as a magnifying glass. If I look at it on there, I can think, right, well, that's not looking quite right. Right. Right, so now for this one. See if the other one gets all bent out of whack. Okay, now those two seem to be fairly close together now in those rear ends, and a fairly decent distance apart. Let's just check that. Close enough. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get that perfect. This one's too far back now. I really don't want to fuck with it anymore. So, just leave that to dry. Yeah, like I say, mate, you're more than welcome to come round and check it out. Right, just got to leave that to dry. And I hope that I can fit it into place properly. gonna have to get the blue ink out again, cover up that bit of plastic.
Right, let's get out the blue ink. And a brush. I just spent half an hour at least doing something I should have already done. Ain't that just the way that life goes? Down, down, down. Okay. So right now I need to get the black out. Here we go. A bit more black on there. There we go. So now that is covered up. It's got rid of all that white shiny plastic. Inks. Yeah, you go in there. Stay in there. Right, son of a bitch. Okay, how are these doing? Okay. Right, as we can see, this one doesn't quite fit. So somehow I'm going to have to be able to try and kind of forced adjustment into there. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. So we could do that. We could do that. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay, things are starting to look up, ladies and gentle peeps. It's all about perseverance and don't lose your temper. So I find
best thing for not losing my temper is to fucking swear. Let that shit out. That's what I say. Let's turn that around and do this way. Just checking the fit. Okay, everything fits good. Right, now I've got to see if I can get the drive shaft into this hole. It's a little bit trickier because I've got to lift it up. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to nip off that. Oh, right, okay, so that's come out. Right, this will fit in once I've done this. There we go. So that fits in here. Now I need to twiddle with this just slightly. Good, good. Just checking the fit all round. I think that might be a little bit bent there. Okay, again, not the best fit there. But it's close. It's very close. Okay, so now we're going to leave that to dry for a second or so. Maybe pop a bit more glue in here. And in here. Yeah, that's fine. That'll dry. Alright. Huh. Right. Now I need right, suspension parts. Okay. Right, so I think that's cause for a semi-celebration. I'm not entirely sure if that is perfectly done. But it's close as damn it, I should say. Right, so let's have a look at the little suspension arms. Where did I put those? Here they are. There they are. Going to need some more gloves because we're going to be dealing with the bodywork, and I certainly don't want to get glue all over that nice bodywork. So first of all, we're just going to snip off these suspension arms. Well, it's not arms, but springs. There we go. I can get rid of that bit of crap now. Right, so what does it tell me to do? Right, tells me to go fuck myself.
Right, gloves. Right, let's bring down the bodywork. Let's move my arm up a little camera up a little bit. Come on. Oh, that's as far as it will go that way. There we go. Right, just going to flip that over. Right, so there's a bit of cleanup which needs going on here. Now the interior is looking good. It's not quite straight. But it's close enough, I think. Well, why did I think that was just going to slot in neatly? You know, why did I even think it was going to do that? These things never quite go in as you'd want them to. A little bit of pressure, I think, opening up the back here. Okay, so what is that catching on? Putting the chassis on the bodywork is always the toughest part. Always. Now there's... So now that's popping up that side. So something is catching it. That's fitting neatly into the... Oh, don't go pushing out windows now. Beautiful. Why are you doing this to me? Right, so why is that not seating properly? Does that need to go back a bit? Pull that back. I pull that back and it pops out. So why does it do that? No, don't pop out the back window, you dingus. You've got, see, this is why you've got to be super careful at this stage.
again. Why are you popping out the front? I can't see why you're popping out. The engine seems to fit in nicely. These parts here in the middle are fitting in nicely. But for some reason it won't fit in the back. See, that is good. This here is good. But you flip it around, not so good. And I can't work out why. Right, so what I think may be happening is this is catching in here. I can't really see it. Yeah, it doesn't want to go down any further than that. The front is fine. The front seats on those nicely. That sits where it should sit there. And that sits where it sits or whatever you want to say. Sits where it should sit there. It's just the back. It doesn't want to sit where it should sit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a grinder, the inside here, and try and grind down some of this. That is the plan. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. Right, so I've got to find the smaller chuck. Is that the smaller chuck? Yep. Okay, I'm going to turn my mic off while I do this because you don't want to hear this all day long. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that should have ground down enough for it to be able to slide in there, if that indeed is what the problem is. Come on, you bastard. Oh god, don't push in windows. Be very careful where I'm putting my fingers. Oh, be a bitch. Be a bitch, be a bitch. Come on, seat. Right, okay, well I think if I hold it in their position, I could glue it in. Ah, God, I can't on that side though. Why is that not... Oh, I could. It needs to be clamped in there. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Oh, fumes from that glue. Nearly stick my eyes together. Yeah, it's maybe looking good, but it's not going together good. No, well, to start off, let's make sure we put the engine at the front. Yeah, we're having a bit of a day here, Amu. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm struggling here. Really rather struggling. Right. Come on, you bitch. Fits in there properly. Yeah, parts are starting to come off. And he's clamping down. Yeah, now I broke that off. That's alright, I could deal with that later. This isn't going in. Come on, fix onto there. just going to have to hold this down like this for a bit. I'm just applying a lot of pressure on there at the moment. This is a disaster. Absolute frickin' disaster. I can't get anything on it. I can't even get it to stick.
Right, okay, guns.
Clamps.
Clamps.
See if these clamps will work. Come on, you suck of shit. Oh, this doesn't want to. I can't even clamp it. Oh, that'll work. Clamp it onto there. There's one. I know you can't see what I'm doing, and right now I don't care. Okay, we put some clamps on the front. Hopefully that will keep the front down. Clamp on the back. But look at this. Look at that stupid gap. No, that will not do. Why are you forming a gap there? Why is that happening? That is just fucking insane. Oh, I'm getting sweaty and annoyed. Right, okay. So I think what I can do here is maybe open it up a bit. Yeah. Come here, glue. I've got a job for you. Right, let's try something else here.
just do it piece at a time and hold it in place. So again, it's going to look like the camera's frozen, but honestly it hasn't. Right, so just got to hold that, clamp it down. And this is why I don't like putting the parts, like the lights and all that lot, on the bodywork before I put the chassis in. The chassis has to go in at its earliest possible convenience. No fucking about, because half the time they don't fit. And it takes a lot of stress and pressure to get it in there and hold it in there. And the last thing you want to do is be knocking off lights and stuff like that. Right, so what we got on this side? Same dealio. Oh God. Glue on the bodywork, and I don't want that to be happening. Is there glue on the bodywork? No, I can't see any. Oh crap, that's just flung off. Well, that's alright, that's in the position. That's good, don't need that clamp. Let's take these clamps off now. And just sort of hold that into position. I'll do that in a minute, but this is that one's down. This one's not down, so I can put some glue in here. Oh, we're getting there, peeps. We're getting there. Hold that one down. Ah, I'll just sit here and wait. How is everybody doing? This is always the stressful part of the build of a car, is the chassis. Always, always, always. It's the bit that's the most fiddly and the most annoying. But what happened with the engine today? And now this. I think we're doing pretty well. Now, obviously I've got the suspension to put in there in a minute and repair the suspension on the back. But that is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. And we haven't pushed out any windows, which is good, because that's something else that happens on a regular basis if you're not careful. Alright, just keep holding them. Just gotta keep holding it. So we're going to sit here for another hour, just holding. You're building a Gundam. Oh, nice. So that's a bit there. Oh, no, still not glued down. Still needs to hold it. So, just going to hold it. It's like that, it's like that story about that woman that was kidnapped and she was told to hold a grenade. She had to hold the pin in of the grenade for like something like 8 hours, otherwise she would have blown up. It's like, wow. It's like, oh, can't I have a cigarette? Can I have a break? Can someone else hold this for me for a second? We're alright, we're alright, we're alright. Right, so the back seems to have stuck now. Just this part here. So I can hold on to that quite easily. Like so. I could carry on smoking my cigarette. At least now you can all see exactly what I'm doing with this camera in place. Oh, there's the engine bay, look. That's not looking too bad. It's looking pretty good. It's got a bit of gack in there I have to get rid of in a minute. I'll use a knife to get rid of that. But I'm pretty pleased with that. Right, I'm going to see if I can clamp this. There we go. Clamped. Right, so I'm just looking around. There are some spots which I need to work on with a bit of white spirit just to clean off the bodywork. But I'm going to leave that clamped on there like that and just leave that for a second. So we're going to do a little bit of a just chatting so that you're not just looking at nothing. Oh, I think. Oh, that glue has gone to my head. That glue has gone to my head. So we've got a bit of a couple of repairs here to do. We've got the rear suspension to do. But so you can see here, this is my new light arm. My camera arm. So it's fully adjustable, so I can adjust the camera down to wherever I need it to be around here. So that's the new arm. Let's see if I can show you a bit more of it. There we go. That's the setup. Here's my light, and here is the camera on the armlet, and obviously the car, which is hidden behind the light at the moment. But that's the setup that I've got there. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's working, so that's a good thing that's happened today. There's about 50 quid's worth of stuff there, really, and it sort of just clamps to the edge of the table there. I'm just gonna have to get used to not like knocking it or whatever, but it's all right. So yeah, we're an hour and a half. So we're not going to completely finish it today, I don't think. But that's not a big problem. We can get the big part's done, ready for all the little bits to go on. So at the very least, if once that's dry, I can get on the repair the rear suspension. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, just be fiddly. And then put in the front suspension springs. Then we are good. Then all it is, then really is just little fiddly parts. It's coming across nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to strengthen the bonds. Just going to strengthen a few of the bonds along this edge here with some glue. Now I have noticed that this edge is lower than the other side. But that's alright. I mean, it's not perfect. There's not a lot I can do about that. So I'm just gonna try and squeeze a bit of glue in here. What's that on there? Now at the end of the day, in order to cover that bit of grey up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across that with a bit of black paint just to sort of hide it a bit. Oh, sorry. So as you can see, there's a bit of grey of the chassis peeking out from underneath the bodywork. What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to run a black paintbrush across there just to cover that up. I mean, it's not perfect. It means one side is slightly higher than the other side by about a couple of millimeters. But once it's got its wheels on and sat there, it's not really going to show. And it's not an unusual thing. The same thing happened with the Mini, same thing happened with the Ferrari. The chassis is always a bitch to get in. Right, so now we're just going to put some glue into these bits here. Try and, oh no, don't touch it. Just to try and strengthen it some more. Okay, so now we can work on repairing this, the rear suspension. Here we go. So let's turn that around so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so this bit just sort of sits in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that on there, a bit of glue on there, tweezers. Put a bit of glue on the bottom of the suspension. Again, it's fiddly AF. Oh, come back here, you bastard. There we go. And that will dry there nicely. Perfect. Time to calm down the stress. Right, so let's check out these springs. Right, so the spring goes towards the chassis rather than the bodywork. So that has to fit in here, but it's too long. So
we're just going to snip a bit off. Not too much. Oh, come on. Right, so it will fit. So again, glue is required. Johnny bastard. There we go. That is in. So I'm just going to, before I turn it over, I'm just going to leave it on that edge just to kind of dry. Good. Right, so while we're here, I'm going to grab a pot of this. Just put a smidge of white spirit in it. Just a smidge. I don't need to drink the stuff. Cotton bud. Now we come over to this part here. Now I don't know if you can see that, but there's a slight fingerprint on there. So we're just going to wipe that off. Right, so that hasn't quite come off properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something a little bit stronger. Not too much, because it will take the paint off if you don't dry it off quick enough. So this is going to be an experiment. Come on. Well, that's as close as I want to scrape that. Let's have a look, see if we can get a bit more. Yeah, that'll do. I don't want to take any of that shine off. Let's move these out of the way. Good. Now we've got some fogging on the rear window, which is annoying. I can't really do anything about that now. Yeah, see, there's fogging in there. So we might be able to get a there we go, that's working. Ah, thank God that the Mustang doesn't have side windows. You can get in there and clean it. That's a feature I'd like to see on more cars. And of course, white spirits just evaporates. You can just. Oh. Don't touch the silver work. Come on. Ah, much better. Right, now let's see if this is dry. Let's go and take this off and see if it bounces. Oh, it's dry. Oh, yeah. Clamps. Clamps. Right, now for the last part of this. Oh, come here. Okay, that will fit. So what we'll do is we'll grab some glue. And now we'll try and put this in. Come on, be a good little suspension. Be a good spring. Come on, be a good spring. Doesn't want to be a good spring today. The other one went in fairly easily. There we go. There we go. So just going to leave that like that to dry. Ha! Brilliant. Let's put the clamps away. We don't need the clamps no more. Don't need clamps. Alright, just gonna leave that to dry. Let's get a dry cotton bud and try and get inside here. Soak up some of this white spirit a bit. There you go. Now try and get this off the back here. There we go. Good.
Brilliant. It's turning out nice. Okay, so what else can we do here? We've got, we could do 10 minutes worth of work, I reckon. Aha! Right. So the next thing we need to do is is this part. Radiator, and the horns go in the front. So let's just see where that fits without doing too much. Come on, fit in there nicely. Come on, like a good radiator. What's the matter with you? Right, okay, so something's wrong here. I need to take some of that off, because if I don't, you can see here, the hood won't quite fit flush. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grind off a bit of that down here. So help. Okay, now that shouldn't worry that they can't see the paint on that, because that fits to the bottom of the chassis. So now let's try again. Let's see if we can slot that in neatly. Okay, why aren't you going in properly? What are you stuck on? Actually, what are you stuck on? I can't really. I can't see what it's stuck on, to be honest. Right, let's try and just cut out some of this. I think it's these parts that are not allowing it to seat properly. Again, and it's not unusual to have to make adjustments like this in order for parts to fit in. But I'm just having to do more today than I usually do. Can't see where. I'm trying to show you as well and see for myself, and it's not where that side fits, but that side doesn't. So why are you not slotting in there like you should? There you go. There we go. Oh no, now the other side's not going in. So it is a case of, now they're in. Sits in perfectly. So what I am going to have to do is around here, and there's some bit up here, I'm going to have to get the black paint out and just touch it up. So that's all good. So we just grab and glue.
Right, now let's try and fit it in without getting it to touch the sides. And in you go, my little beauty. Brilliant. Okay, so we now have that done. Okay. So that's the radiator, look. If you can see that. That's good. Now I'm just trying to wonder which bits I need to put in now. The water bottle. Water bottle's got a decal on it. And what's that? Now what I've also got, let me try and point this out with a cocktail stick, is from here to here there should be a connecting hose. I do have a connecting hose. I do have a hose. Ah, yes, that's exactly what that was. I do have one. I do have one. That's good. But now I'm wondering if I should either use the connecting hose that they gave me or make my own out of silver. Now I have one. I have... Where is it? I have this nice kind of silver flexible aluminium wire. Now I'm thinking, do I want to put that in there as well? Do I want to put that in there instead? Make myself a nice copy, sort of sitting there like a nice hose. Or do I just want to use the one that I've got? I don't know. Just check the suspension. Yep, that's working. That's good. That's all good. It's all good. I think, you know, with all the trouble we've had today, I don't know. I think we've got a fairly viable kit here. Nice. Now there is a little bit more work that I need to do in the actual engine bay. I want to put in some battery cables, and they need to go to a I think they need to go around the outside to the thing that sticks on here, and then the cable needs to go to the distribution cap. So I think that here is the alternator. I'm not sure. No, that's the alternator down here, so I'm not sure what. One way or another, there's got to be a cable that goes there, and I've got a picture which shows me how it's generally set up. So there's going to be some cables running down the side here, over here, down here, around here. Yeah. It's going to be fun. So I think what I'll probably do is I'll put this piece in here. I think I might give the water bottle a miss for today because I don't want it to get in the way. Oh no, I do have to put that in because I want to make sure I know where it goes. So, wait, where is that part? Where is that part? Is it... What? Is it part 24? Oh, this is not good. I can't find part 24. Oh, it's... No, that's the bodywork. That's the bodywork parts. Ah, found it. It's a chrome piece. I'm not sure what it is. Right, well, I think actually for today, I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day and get more on it tomorrow. That's the stressful parts of things done.
But I think I will call that a day for today. I think I'd say that that is good work. We got the interior in, we got the chassis on, we got the suspension in, we got the engine in, and all of which there was huge problems with actually achieving. But we've actually managed to do it. Now I don't want to push my luck any further, if you know what I mean. So I think we're going to call that time on 2 hours. It's now 7:15 my time. So let me head over to here. So that was it. That was a good run today. It was a good couple of hours. Sure, if I sat here for another couple of hours, I could probably get the whole thing finished. But I'm quite worked up at the moment, and I don't want my stress levels to get too bad. And I need to decide what I'm going to do about the interior of the engine bay. There seems to be a few more wires and things and bits and pieces that I want to put in there. But so far, so good. I'm going to be back in about half an hour to an hour's time, and we're going to be doing some Red Dead story. We're going to try and do a bit more of that. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I hope your Gangnam goes really well, Demon. And I hope your Millennium Falcon is turning out pretty good, Amu. Please send me pictures of that. I'll be very interested to see how far you're getting along. But until next time, I will see you later. Bye.